Well, welcome to Quest Leadership Live. I'm your host, Tom Toney. It's so good to be here with you today. Thank you for joining me real quickly on today's episode. If you would just jump out real fast and share this, let everybody know that we are on live right now. And we're going to talk today about moving the middle. Moving the middle. I can't wait to get into this with you because, quite honestly, this is a big deal where it concerns rallying volunteers in our team that are going to help us to coach and lead young students. We all need help, and getting help sometimes can be a little tricky, whether that's help from leaders that come alongside or engaging parents in the process. We're going to talk today a little bit about what it takes to rally support, rally engagement around your Quest student leadership systems and processes, and helping to engage students in leadership training, character development, and so on, as we talk about moving the middle. Moving the middle, what does it take? What does it mean? Why do we need to know about this? Why do we need to do it? Well, let's talk about that just a little bit today as we talk about moving the middle. Now, moving the middle simply refers to an old understood idea that comes kind of from sales a little bit, but really we see it working throughout all kinds of organizations on all kinds of levels. And basically what it says is that the bulk of your opportunity inside any organization or inside a sales funnel or inside a team that you're trying to build and move a certain direction, that the bulk of your opportunity in moving people toward a goal or a common vision are those who are in the middle. Let's look real quickly at what these stats show us. That basically, if we consider what moving the middle looks like, we recognize that 20% of the people that are around us right now already get it. They already see the vision. They already understand how things are supposed to work. They're already on board. They're already working hard. We know in some organizations, statistically, there's a rule that basically says 80% of the work is done by 20% of the people. 20%, your top performers, those who've got your back, are going to work hard. You know who they are. And so they're the ones that are already there. They're already with you. They don't require quite as much attention and effort where it concerns getting them to engage in a process. Just pause real quick and think about your own team, people around you. Maybe you're thinking about parents. If you're a teacher, you're thinking about parent engagement. Or maybe you're a Quest leader and you're thinking about engaging your coaches or your parents. If you do just some quick math, think about all the students that are involved, their families, the teachers that you have around you, the coaches you have around you, your support team, and just think real quickly to yourself, who are the ones I can really, really count on? I mean, I don't even have to ask the question. They are sold out. They're all in. If I give you a second to think about that, probably you're going to run right about the 20% mark. If you had 10 people, be a couple people, 2, maybe 3 that you would see fall into that category. But then there's a second category, and that second category are those that want to get it. And this actually makes up the biggest percentage of people around us. It's usually about 65% of people want to get it. They want to be a part of it. They want to be all in on board, but maybe they have some lingering questions or some hesitation. We'll talk about this just a little bit more. But then there's a third group that we have to be aware of, and that's the group that never will get it. So we have those that get it, those that want to get it, and those that never will get it. That's about 15%. About 15% of the people that are engaged in our systems and processes just aren't going to go to that next level. They just don't. They'll never get it. They'll never come on board fully. They're always going to be fringe. And what we tend to do in leadership, and as we're building out teams and rallying support, is what we tend to do is really put a lot of energy into those that are never going to get it, because sometimes they can be the ones that push back the hardest. They can seem the most disconnected. And based on our personalities, that may be a bit of an issue for us, a challenge. And we are like, you know what? We're going to convince them. I'm going to win these people over. Well, the truth is there's a very small percentage shot that you're actually going to be able to win them over. They're just never going to get it. Now, that sounds negative. It can sound a little judgmental even, but I'm just going off statistics here. I'm just going off of what we know. And what we know is that about 15% of the people never get it. 65% of the people want to get it. 20% of the people already get it. So our energy is best spent, yeah, you guessed it, right there in the middle. Our energy is best spent reaching out to and engaging that 65% that are in the middle and doing our best to help them fall the direction of get it so that we can gain more support, rally more people, get more parents involved, that type of a thing. And so we can kind of recognize a little bit of how things are going to go where it concerns engaging someone, and quickly assess whether or not they're on the teeter-totter or are they just over here and they're never going to get it. So a couple quick things that we can do when we're in conversations with people. Maybe we're talking passionately about the system, about the process. And so we'll ask some questions to them, trying to connect certain things. And once you begin to get into the conversation, you'll begin to see how that conversation is going to fall and whether or not you have a shot at convincing those individuals to come alongside and to come into the category of those who get it. So we're going to talk about that in just a second. But before we do, I want to introduce you to some products that we have here at Quest Student Leadership that we believe are great for homeschool. We are homeschool parents ourselves, and these products have been a great part of our personal journey and our homeschool experience. And we believe that they can have an impact on your experience as well. Maybe you don't homeschool, you're just looking for something for your kids to engage in character and leadership training. We'll take a quick second and share with you some information about our Quest Student Leadership products. As homeschool parents, we recognize time is essential. There's not a lot of extra time to really go after some of the things that we recognize are important for our kids to get. That's why we have developed the Quest Student Leadership System. It gives you options for teaching your kids things like how to become a strong leader, how to build their character, teamwork, and ability to respond and respect authority.
These products are amazing. They'll help your students discover who they are and be the best they can be.
So jump onto quest.org today. That's quest.org. Click on homeschool, and there you'll find all the information you need to make some great choices for the future of your young student. So these are great products that we've spent the last 20 years developing. And I got to tell you, they're awesome. Kids really enjoy them. They engage in them, learning character, leadership, self-expectation, respect of authority, teamwork, excellence, all across the board. It's just amazing what they help kids to engage in. So I highly recommend you go to quest.org today. Check those out. Bonus, that right now we are relaunching our website. And as a celebration of the relaunch of our website, we are currently offering 20% off store-wide. Any purchase over $9 is going to get you 20% off on your entire purchase. So go take advantage of that while we're celebrating the launch of our website, and go to quest.org today, quest.org. All right, back to moving the middle. So we recognize that the vast majority of people are going to fall in this middle category. So what do we do? How do we begin to engage them? How do we assess where someone might be? Well, there are a few things that we should do. Number one, we should try to do our best to discover the passion. Discover the passion. A lot of times when we are trying to engage people in a program that we are running, that we've developed, a system that we put in place, like Quest Student Leadership, maybe as a coach, you're trying to get parents to engage in helping with Quest. One of the things that we tend to do is just to really cast vision. And we're hoping that in that vision, the person that's hearing is going to get excited, and getting excited to say, I want to be a part of that. Now, here's my experience. My experience is that when you begin to cast vision, that people do get excited because you're excited. They're excited. They'll feel your energy. They'll see the picture. They'll probably even say things like, wow, that's really cool. That's amazing. Man, I can see how that's really great. But when it comes to the actual decision, the buy-in moment where you say, we could really use your help, instantly what happens is they begin to calculate and reconcile, can I spend the time helping? Do I have what it takes? Do I really want to do this? So there's really no buy-in to getting excited about your vision. I can just encourage you as you're talking about your vision and be like, man, that's great. That's awesome. You guys are doing an amazing job. Will you help us? I don't really have the time, or I don't feel qualified, or all these barriers begin to come up. So you want to begin by discovering the passion that's inside the individual that you're talking with. Before you ever cast vision, before you ever throw out all the amazing things that you're doing, simply ask some questions. Talk to me. Tell me about your passion for your kids. What do you want to see for your own children? What do you hope that they develop in themselves? As you begin to draw out the passions that they have for their own kids, or maybe it's their grandkids, for their own children that are in their own world, as you begin to hear them express, man, I really want my kids to make good choices. I really want them to grow up to be confident. I want them to know who they are. I want them to have the chance to really use their skills in a way that they enjoy. As they begin to share their passions, what you're listening for is the opportunity to connect that passion. So the first thing you have to do is discover it. Discover the passion. And that happens by asking questions. Asking the question, what is it that you're looking for your kids? What would you expect? What would you want every kid to experience? And as they begin to talk and share their passion, then you help to connect them to the passion. Connect that passion then to the vision of what it is you're trying to accomplish. Through the Quest Student Leadership System, we would begin to make those connections. Tell me what you're passionate about for your kids. Man, I want my kids to be confident. I want them to make good choices. I really want them to find their place. I want them to find significance in a way in serving using their skills. I've ever told you about Quest Student Leadership. Let me tell you what we do in Quest Student Leadership. We help to draw out the skills that are inside every kid, and we give them a place of identity and purpose and ability to use who they are to enjoy what they do. And as you begin, now you're connecting, not just shooting vision out there that they're like awed by. Now you're speaking their language, something they're passionate about. Here comes the next question. What do you do to help propel that passion, that thing in your children? As they begin to express, well, here's what we try to do. We do this, we offer this, we try to make sure that our kids have this, blah, blah, blah. And they begin to explain their own system. Now you're looking for connectors to how Quest works. What is it they're passionate about doing, and how would that fit within the Quest context? So we've discovered their passion, not only their passion for what they want for their kids, but how they go about it. And we're connecting them, that passion, to what it is that you're trying to accomplish through the Quest Student Leadership System. Well, let me share with you how you would be a perfect fit for this area of what we're trying to accomplish. We would love for you to come alongside. Then the final piece is that we engage the passion. So we discover it. We got to ask the questions before we ever cast vision and really, hey, this is what it's going to be. We discover that passion, and then we connect that passion. Let me show you how what you're passionate about, even how you do what you do, is a perfect fit for how we do what we do. We'd love to have you come alongside and bring that skill and that passion into this system, because we could use your help. I mean, you're perfectly suited for this. What you've done is you've helped them to remove the obstacles and connect the dots. And all that's left to do is engage the passion. Find a way for them to engage in the process and become a part of what you're doing with the Quest Student Leadership System. Man, I hope this makes sense. I know it sounds super simple, but I run into again and again the difficulty of helping to connect people. And it's often because we're trying to just put that energy out there and say, this is what's going to work and this is great and all that. And people get excited, but they don't really see how they can connect. Now you're helping them to discover that. And in the process, we're going to focus that in on the 65%, that middle that want to get it. So as you begin to share passion, you begin to ask the questions, share your passion with me. If you get pushback on that question, people saying, they don't really seem interested in that conversation. You've not shared vision yet. You've not asked them to do anything yet. But if there's not a level of passion and connection in that conversation, then they're probably in the 15%. The highest likelihood is they're just never really going to get it. They're never really going to connect. And again, that's not a negative, judgmental perspective. It's just simply reality that where you put your energy in trying to connect people matters. And we want to connect with those who have the potential to move from the middle to the top performers, to the top engagers, so that we can get this work done. So I hope that's helpful for you. I'd love to hear your questions on that. Whatever questions you have, you can shoot them to me. I'd be glad to respond to those, do my best to answer them. We're cheering you on. Thank you for everything you do to coach the next generation. And until next time, keep building strong young leaders.